What have you done, you animal? Well guys, welcome back to the channel. I had the day, or the weekend actually, off, so that was pretty nice. So I figured I'd go ahead and cover some old school approach to things. This has been done for many years. You can look it up on the forums. A lot of racers did it back in the day when they couldn't find the proper wheels and stuff. And some of you are going to cringe over this. Some of you are going to be like, hell, I've done that 100 times. But I can assure you, after years of people doing this, there's no ill side effects. There's nothing to worry about. In case you're wondering what I'm talking about. Basically, I've been running a spacer on the front to clearance for my welds. Well, I still get some slight, little bit of rubbing. Some people just grind this down a little bit, but I was reading on the forums and the old school people just completely cut out this bar. This back support is about that thick, solid. This ain't gonna go anywhere. This bar really, I don't know. I'm sure it does something, but people have ran it for years without it. Drag racing, street racing, road course racing, you name it. I found articles on all of them. They just cut that bar out for whatever rim and offset they happen to be running. You gotta remember, when these cars came out in '94, Firebird had them beat with the 4th gen F body that came out, and so a lot of the companies jumped on board with, you know, making wheels for them. And so the earlier versions of wheels you might find universal 5-lug, because they wanted to fit both F body and Ford. Well, the offsets was a little bit different, so you know, you go with one or the other. So you might find one off of F body, and while it's universal 5-lug, it fits. That don't mean the offset works. So people just cut out these bars. That's what I'm gonna be doing on mine. I already did the other side. I'll show you pictures of that right here. Yep, and like I said, some of y'all was gonna cringe, but this is how things get done back in the day, before they had all these options. No safety glasses ain't cool, but you know what else ain't cool? Getting something in your eye and losing your eyeball. Don't skimp on safety just because you think you look like a dork. I look like a dork without them, so what do I care if I look like one with them? Wear your safety. Speaking of which, jack stand, jack. The way I do it is I lower the car onto the jack stand, then I give the jack about a pump and a half, so it's about 50-50 on both of them. You don't have all the weight on one or the other, but it's just a fail safe. The jack gives out, the jack stand's still there. Caulk your wheels, especially on a slanted driveway. It don't take much to get a car to shift, and then your jack's turning over, your jack stand's turning over. Use blocks, caulks, whatever you can. Get your wheels situated. Safety. You don't want to die doing what you love. I mean, you probably do, but not when it comes to working on a car. So, getting crushed to death is not a good way to go. So I sprayed everything down with mean green. I'm gonna let it set a little bit, dry up a little bit, and I'm just using a Dremel to cut off wheel. This is the cheap Walmart kit. These red things wear out really easy. I've done going through 2 or 3 of them. Not something I would recommend. I would get the Dremel with the lock top, but for some reason 2 or 3 places I went to didn't have them, so we'll just do this side like we did the other side, and that's it. Also, where you cut to get this bar out doesn't matter. I tried to get it closer to that wall right there so it looked a little bit smoother, but you can come straight off and come straight across. It's up to you, however you want to do it. Alright, with that bar cut out of there, As you can see, it frees up quite a bit of space. That's probably 1.5 inches of clearance the way it comes out and around. So now I'm going to take a grinding stone, put it on the Dremel, clean all this up and smooth it out, and make it look like it almost came that way. And that's it. I pretty much just smooth it, round it around. I'm going to get all this cleaned and use some mean green, and I got a scrub brush, scrub it all down, get it painted up. I'm only going black. Why? Because I'm out of red. Yeah, but it don't matter because the way the lip goes, I was going to have something on the caliper. The lip kind of comes around on these, so it hides 90%. This is probably like only part of the caliper you even see is from here down, so kind of pointless to get fancy with them. Alright, got a layer of paint on it. One thing to remember, the brakes, the pads just sit in these, so make sure you go back with some really fine sandpaper, like 800 grit, 1000 grit, sand these channels out, because you don't want that gummed up. Your brake's not going to move the way it should. So make sure your sliders still move in and out freely. You push it in like that, see how it come back out? That means it's moving. Push it that way, goes back in. Make sure they move. And not cover the painting process, but I did use this awesome little flapper wheel that came in that cheap ass set, and it helped cut the time down tremendously. But I will leave a link in the description of someone painting the brakes. Y'all might know him by Bustedknuckleproductions, so I'll leave a link to his video in the description. Does it look great? No. Does it look better? Oh hell yeah. And I don't have to run that spacer up front, which means I get more walk down on my bolt here, so that a little bit more peace of mind there. So what do y'all think of that little old school trick there? I know a lot of people's going to disagree with it, but like I said, there's a lot of people that used to do it back in the days before we had all these optional wheels. When this car first came out in '94, this body style, people was 5-lug swapping Fox bodies, and you know, needed a different offset there. There's so many variables, people were just cutting them out, and you know, it's not like this crazy thing. I mean, the back side of that is 3 times that thickness, so it ain't gonna warp or anything like that. And plus, I'm not doing, hell, I'm not hot lapping the car and burning the brakes down anyway, so that's about all that there is. But stay tuned. I do have packages in the mail. Jason Moore has done it again. He's sending me something that I'm extremely excited about. And guys, if you missed the last video, Jason Moore has started his channel, Dirt Poor Garage. Subscribe to his channel, say Horseplay sent you. My next drawing, you will get 2 entries instead of 1. So great build going on, exciting content coming for that channel. He's got the potential to blow up and leave my channel in the dust, so I'm extremely excited about that. On Bustedknuckleproductions, I'll leave his link in there for his painting his calipers. And also, he sent me a package. So guys, be sure to subscribe to Bustedknuckleproductions. Like I said, the link will be in the description, guys. These are awesome subscribers, but more so, they're awesome YouTubers. They have great content. I love it when I see an upload from them. I'm always jumping on. There's a whole list of these small YouTubers that I love. Bustedknuckle kind of blew up. He went from like 500 to like 2,000, seemed like overnight, which is really awesome. I'm proud of him for that. You got D Creators. You got 4.6 Savage. He's trying to revamp his whole thing and trying to get something to work for him. 4.6 Ronnie, we ain't heard from him for a while, but last time I talked to him, he did go to the shop and look at his car. The battery was dead, so he couldn't, you know, test it up or start or anything like that. Street Slayers got awesome content. So I'm loving all these little channels. Driven, just, you know, I think I'll do a showcase of all these smaller channels one day that really deserve the attention. And still got Road Drive Mike. He's no longer in a Mustang, but And he's got a nice Camaro SS, and he's got a Corvette now, a C6. So, which also happens to be the same color as the C6 Jonathan Harder just got. So, it's awesome stuff for all these people on the way. This good time to be in YouTube. Good time to be a car enthusiast. Though we didn't have this back in the day. When I was young, you know, I didn't have YouTube to go to and look up all these videos and watch all this awesome content. So, and of course, you got 4.6 Chris. He's well on his way to 11, 12, 13K. I don't know what he's at right now. He moves so fast, man. It's like one day you look, he's at 8K, next day he's at 10K. Love it. Thanks for all the support for all of us. I mean, you support him, you support the Mustang community. You ain't got to support me. You can support, you know, 4.6 Savage. You can support Bustedknuckleproductions, D Creator. It doesn't matter. You're helping us out in the Mustang world, in the automotive YouTube world. So thank y'all for that. And hope y'all had a great Thanksgiving. Thank you for watching. This is Horseplay. Man, oh man. Bustedknuckleproductions done hooked me up with one of the final pieces to the puzzle. Look at that.
I won't turn around, I done made it this far. Look back now, that wouldn't be too smart. Shoot for the stars even when it gets hard. Put my faith in the Lord with these 16 bars. I won't turn around, I done made it this far. Look back now, that wouldn't be too smart. Shoot for the stars even when it gets hard. Put my faith in the Lord with these 16 bars. I won't turn around, I won't turn around.